Hey guys, today I wanted to show you how I created this Valentine's Day look. So I wanted to keep this look very simple and effortless, so I mainly focused on the skin and the lips. So as you guys can see, I decided to do the classic red lip. Sometimes when I use brighter lipsticks, I like to make my lips look a little bit fuller, so I'm going to be showing you guys how I do that in today's video. And for the skin, I just wanted a really nice, flawless look with a little bit of a glow. So if you guys would like to find out how I got this look, please keep watching.
So I started off by applying the L'Oreal Lumi Magic Primer. Unfortunately my camera didn't record this, but basically I just applied a very small amount all over my face, and you don't need much because it is quite pigmented and can make your skin look a little bit shiny, but if you apply the right amount, it gives your skin a really nice healthy glow and keeps your makeup in place. And I'm using the Revlon Photo Ready foundation. I'm applying this with my Real Techniques foundation brush all over my face, making sure I blend it into my neckline. I usually avoid applying foundation around my eyes because that's where I'm going to apply my concealer, and I find if I apply concealer on top of my foundation, it can look a little bit cakey. I'm then going to blend everything with a blending sponge, which is just going to help get rid of any brush strokes and remove any excess foundation. Moving on to the brows, I'm just filling them in the same way I did in my everyday makeup tutorial. The only difference this time is I'm going to use a cotton tip, and I'm just going to use it to blend the eyebrow pencil into my natural brows. Next, I'm going to apply the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm applying this on my eyelids and around my eyes with my fingers. I like using a concealer a few shades lighter than my foundation, as this just helps to brighten my eyes. Then taking a clean blending sponge, I'm going to blend the concealers on my eyelid, and then going back to the same sponge I used to blend in my foundation, I'm blending areas where my foundation and concealer meet, just to make sure that there are no colour differences. And to set my concealer, I'm applying the Banana Powder by Australis on my eyelids and under my eyes. So to set my face, I'm using the Revlon Translucent Powder, and I'm going to apply this all over my face. This helps to keep my makeup looking fresh, but it also prevents the bronzer from grabbing onto the foundation, which can sometimes make the skin look a little bit blotchy. Moving on to the bronzer, I'm just going to apply this on my cheekbones, forehead, jawbone and nose, and this is just going to give my face a bit of colour and dimension. I decided to apply the bronzer quite heavy because I feel with a bright red lip it looks really beautiful when you have nice bronze skin. I'm then going to go back to the sponge I used to blend in my foundation and just go over the areas I bronzed up, just to make sure it is all perfectly blended. So I'm going to be using two different highlighters. The first one I'm using is a Cream Face Illuminator by Revlon, and I'm just applying this to the high points of my face, like my cheekbones, under the arch of my brow, on the bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow. And the second highlighter I'm going to be using is from the Australis Powder Contour Kit. I'm just going to apply it over the areas that I applied the illuminator, and by applying the cream illuminator under the powder highlight, it just intensifies the highlight and makes your skin look extra glowy. And now that the skin is done, I can move on to the eyes, and I'm starting off by applying this brownie silver colour from the Nudes palette by Maybelline in my crease and under my bottom lashes. So this is just a tip for some of you who might find it hard to blend out eyeshadow. What I like to do is I take my concealer brush with a small amount of concealer and just blend out the edges. And then taking a creamy eyeshadow colour, I go over the outer edges just to make sure it is all well blended. And to highlight under my brow, I'm using the highlighter I used from the Australis Contour Kit. And then I'm just repeating the exact same thing on the other eye. To make my eyes pop, I'm just going to add a little bit of silver eyeshadow on the inner corner of my eyes, but you guys can use any pigmented metallic colour depending on what you prefer. And finally, I'm just applying my mascara on the top and bottom lashes. Of course, if you want, you guys can make this look more dramatic. You can apply some falsies. I just really liked how it turned out with the mascara. So to make my lips look a little bit fuller, I'm going to apply a bit more of the highlighter to my Cupid's bow. Then I'm going to take a dark brown eyeshadow and apply this under my lower lip. By doing this, it's going to create a shadow which is going to make your lips look fuller. Next, taking the Body Shop lip liner in the colour Rosy Red, I'm going to outline and fill in my lips. I find that when I use a lip liner, my lipstick stays on for a lot longer, and it also makes it so much easier to apply the lipstick. Then I'm going to fill in my lips with the L'Oreal Colour Rich lipstick in the colour Eva's Red. And using the concealer brush, I'm just going to clean up the outer edges.
So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed my video and learnt something new. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and if you guys enjoyed my video, please give it a thumbs up.